Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to Femhead. Today I want to talk about troubleshooting your cloth diapers. I have made several videos about cloth diapers in the past, and I'll link all my previous videos down below. But today I wanted to talk about troubleshooting the issues as far as like your wash routine, smell. I haven't had any issues with like leaking, them being too tight, them giving him rashes. So I've been very grateful for that. I know it's centered around my wash routine, and I have come a long way, I think. And I've also learned some stuff along the way. This is not like the end all be all. This is how you need to take care of your cloth diapers, because I don't know. It is so subjective to what kind of cloth diapers you have, where you live, what kind of laundry detergent you use, what your baby eats, how you wash them, what kind of water you have, what kind of machine you have. Like, there are so many different factors. I just want to talk through my experience with like trying to figure out what's wrong with my diapers. They're not even that bad, but we'll get into it, and kind of where I think my problems stem from and changes I've made along the way. Oh, I also will mention that there's so much contradicting advice online when it comes to cloth diapers, and it's so frustrating because it seems like it should be something that like there's a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it, and things that absolutely help and things that are no-nos. But like, one person will tell you to do this, other person will tell you to do this. One person will tell you to check out this website, and one person will say, no, that website's outdated and their information is wrong. I would say don't take any advice online or group's advice as the holy grail of advice. You just kind of have to trial and error it out, find what works for you. I just want to share my experience to encourage you, if you are having problems, to just keep at it, keep looking for the answers. I have been cloth diapering Theo since he was 10 days old. When we first brought him home from the hospital, I was super worried about like it just being super complicated or hard, but it was so easy. And I've had a pretty easy go with cloth diapering, I think, considering like what I've seen people struggle with online. When Theo was just breastfed, cloth diapering was super easy because breastfed poop is water soluble. I think that's the right term. So you can just throw it into the wash and it goes away. You don't have to rinse off breastfed poops. The only issue I had during that was it would stain your diapers like an orangey yellow color. But I found that some bleaching them really helped just completely eliminate the poo stains. So I think I initially was using too much detergent with my cloth diapers, and so you can have what's called detergent buildup. I don't know the proper terminology, but I know detergent buildup can cause a lot of stink issues. I first started out with 7th generation, the powder free and clear, I believe is what it's called, and that worked out really well. And then I got it in my mind that I needed to switch to like a different detergent, so then I tried out the liquid 7th generation, like Ultra Power Plus or whatever. That did not work out. I do not recommend that detergent. I mean, I don't want to say I don't recommend because it might work for you, but I have learned since then that liquid detergents don't do as well with cleaning cloth diapers as powdered detergents do. I tried a different liquid detergent with like enzymes in it, and that just didn't work. It worked really well on like stains and stuff, but it wasn't good for my cloth diapers. I've since switched back to just a very plain powdered detergent. I don't even want to give you brand recommendations because I think it is so subjective to your situation, but I've switched back to a powder one, but I've only done a couple loads of diapers in that, so I don't want to say like use this because who knows if it's working yet. And I've made sure to not add too much detergent to my machine, and it really depends on like how dirty the diapers are, how full your load is, how big the drum of your washing machine is. So make sure you look at the recommendations and the instructions on that particular detergent, as well as like your machine and how full your load is. Because if you have a load that is only a 1/4 of the way full and you're just pre-washing them, you don't want to use a whole cup of detergent, if that makes sense. I went ahead and tested my water because when I was sharing that I was having smell issues, so many people were like, what kind of water do you have? Like, hard water causes all these issues. And so I was just assuming that we live in an old house. I'm like, yeah, we probably have hard water. I think like 85% of Americans have hard water. So I got a little test kit, and it was not as bad as I expected. The color kind of fell between the high end of soft and the low end of hard, that in between. So I think my water's just a little bit hard, but not to the point where I need to be adding like softeners or anything to help break down the mineral content. Besides using too much detergent, I don't think my loads were full enough, and apparently that can cause more issues as well. So I would just, whatever diapers were dirty every other day, that's what I would wash. And I didn't know that if you didn't have a properly loaded washing machine, there's not the right amount of agitation to actually like clean your diapers, because if you have too much detergent and not enough in your drum, there's a lot of suds, and that kind of creates a barrier and layer between the cloth diapers, so they're not actually rubbing against each other and they're not rubbing against anything, so they're not getting clean. It would be like washing your hands and just holding it under a stream of water instead of like rubbing them together. Like, that's how I envision it, and that could be totally false, but in my head that's how I explain it to myself. So I've been working really hard to bulk up my cloth diaper loads. I'll get into like the wash routine, but when you initially do your pre-wash to just get the urine and poop and everything out for your main wash to be used with clean water, the loading on that doesn't matter as much as the main wash, but you want your washing machine to be halfway or 2/3 of the way full. And I don't know if I have some gigantic washing machine. It doesn't seem like it's giant, but it's so hard to find enough laundry around the house. Like, I go around and pull every dirty sock, every dirty dish towel I can to bulk up my loads, and it still doesn't seem like they're enough. So you want to bulk up your loads with small pieces of laundry, like dish towels, baby clothes, shirt, socks, underwear, that sort of stuff. You don't want to use big bath towels or bedding or anything that's going to wrap around the laundry, because then that like wraps around it and it doesn't get agitated properly. So I've been working really hard to bulk up my laundry loads for that main wash to make sure that there's enough stuff in there for it to get scrubbed around, and not using too much detergent, but the right amount of detergent. I'm also trying to get my hands on some like agitator jacks or agitator balls. There's this certain kind that a couple people have recommended to me, but they're out of stock right now, of course. But that's supposed to help if you're having issues with what you think is agitation or not getting enough into your washing machine. Another change that I've made since the beginning of cloth diapering is I've stopped using my diaper pail. So I used to have just a diaper pail with a pail liner, and it was like, you know, the ones that people use for disposable. You just either a garbage bag or a pail liner in there, and the top has a flap that opens and closes to keep the smell in, which works really well if you have disposable diapers. But I have learned since then that airflow is very important to the stench of cloth diapers. And I shouldn't even say stench because they don't even smell bad, but airflow is important. So I've stopped using the diaper pail, and I will still use the pail liners. So I either just like hang them on a doorknob so it's open, or I will just put the dirty diapers in like a laundry basket. And you would think that would smell really bad, but it doesn't. It smells so much better than having them in a diaper pail, because in a diaper pail there's not airflow to dry it out, so you just have like wet dirty diapers sitting there like fermenting and festering, and it doesn't smell good. So make sure your dirty diapers have airflow. I shared on my Instagram stories that I did a soak with Mighty Bubbles. It is a laundry treatment. I learned that it's meant to be done in the washing machine. I did it in the tub mostly just because I wanted to see the change in color of the water, to see if it was like super disgusting and dirty. And it was noticeably dingier and slightly browner, but it wasn't as disgusting as you see online. But I think that really helped with the barnyard smell of the diapers, because I was noticing as soon as Theo would pee in his clean diaper, it would smell like a barnyard. It would smell like he had pooped his pants. So I would check and there would be no poop. So I knew that was an issue. So the Mighty Bubbles soak really helped with that, but there's still a slight hint of ammonia. Not in every diaper, and some are worse than others. So I think I'm gonna do another Mighty Bubbles attack, but use my washing machine this time, because that's how it was meant to be used, not soaked in a bathtub. They actually recommend against soaking in your bathtub because the chemists formulated it to be used in a washing machine, so it was easier. A similar product that I keep seeing mentioned online is RLR. It is another laundry treatment. I think you can either add it to your laundry machine or you can do a soak in your bathtub, but it's a similar product to the Mighty Bubbles. Like, it's a laundry treatment. I've seen going around, and you hear people talk about the one that's like Tide, borax, washing soda. I think those are the 3 ingredients. Like, I've seen people say that's actually not the best thing. So, I mean, that's another one of those things, like, if it works for you, it works for you. Some people say absolutely don't do that, and some people say absolutely do that. I don't have the answers, but I'm just saying what I've learned online. Like, you're like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna get the ingredients for this, and then you look at another website and it's like, no, don't do that. So I don't know. One more thing I'll say is it is important to regularly clean out your washing machine, which you wouldn't think about because you're like, it's cleaning, there's soap and it's getting cleaned all the time. But in front loading machines, there is a filter. Turns out there's a little filter on the front that you're supposed to take out and clean regularly. And I just discovered that existed last week and it was disgusting. It was disgusting. It smelled like eggs. You're supposed to clean it out like, I don't know, once a month or every 3 months. I don't know exactly how. I'm gonna make it a once a month thing because it was gross. But if you don't have a clean washing machine and you have buildup inside your washing machine, that's going to create its own issues. So I cleaned out the filter and then the little liner flap inside the door, there was some like gross gunk and buildup in there, and so I cleaned that out, and that's something I'm going to start doing regularly, to just have a clean machine to clean my diapers in. And then I did a like self-clean cycle. Where my current wash routine is at September 10th 2020, like this could change in a couple of days. So when Theo has a dirty diaper, if it's poopy, I will spray off the poop with the diaper sprayer. I cannot recommend a diaper sprayer enough. You hook it up to your toilet, super easy. I pre-wash with warm or hot water to get all of the gunk out. So the main wash is done with like fresh, clean water, because if you just do like one long hot wash, it's just kind of in like a poopy soupy mix, and it's nice to like start the actual wash with clean water. And then I do a main wash with hot water, a long cycle, and an extra rinse. After the main wash, I separate the diaper covers and the pail liners and I hang dry those. And then I usually just take my prefolds, my wipes, any of that, and just throw it in the dryer, and I tumble dry it on like a medium heat for 60 minutes. And I keep meaning to start adding dryer balls because I have them, but I keep forgetting. You can also line dry your diapers, and it's just been raining a lot here. I think I'm gonna try to go back and forth between like line drying them and using the dryer. When you line dry them, they're like a little stiff and crunchy, so you just want to toss them back into the dryer with some dryer balls for just a couple minutes to soften them up. The final thing I want to touch on is bleach, because it's something I have been asking myself whether I need to use or not. I have not yet used bleach as of the filming of this video, but if I can't get the ammonia smell fixed, I am going to do a short bleach soak, which I'll talk about. I used to be super anti-bleach and like, oh, it's this like demon chemical, and it's like, it's not the best. Like, yeah, there are much better things to clean with, but sometimes when it comes to certain situations, bleach is a perfect option. You don't want to use straight bleach on your diapers. You don't want to soak them for a very long time or soak them in a place that's not well ventilated. Some people will soak them in their bathtub. Some people will add bleach to their washer. And I think if I were to do it, I would just add a little bit to my washer. Has a little bleach compartment and everything, and do it that way. So you're supposed to do a short cold cycle, just like a couple teaspoons. I think it recommends starting on the lower end, like with 1 or 2 teaspoons for a front loader. And everyone's machine is different, so like look at the directions, look at like what's recommended for it. I'm just saying what I would use on clean diapers, followed by a few hot long cycles to make sure it's all rinsed out. Very, very important to not mix bleach with stuff. So you just want to make sure that you're only using bleach on clean diapers. But once again, I am no expert. I'm just sharing with you the process I have gone through to try to troubleshoot my diapers. This may seem really complicated or like cloth diapers are a lot of work, but they're not. Since getting rid of the barnyard smell, it's been so much better. I'm trying to fix my wash routine first before resorting to like another soak or trying out bleach, because I think it all has stemmed from first using too much detergent and not loading my loads of cloth diapers up enough, so they weren't actually getting clean. Anyways, that is what I have to say about cloth diapers today. I hope it has helped maybe someone out there, or maybe got you to think like, oh, I should look into this, or maybe it's hard water, or maybe it's detergent buildup. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!